guys, welcome back to another YouTube video here today, and are going over my brand new VEX build updated for level 60. This is Kill Skill VEX. So what we are using on the build, we are using the bod, we're using the Dark Beast, 7 cents. You can use this for mobbing, it's a lot of fun. You can also use the Queen's Rest, that also works really well. Or if you want, you can use some other weapons like the Wombo Combo. It's up to you really. There's a lot of guns you can use on this build that work really well. And then you can use then we have the triple bypass. The effect on this one isn't very great, but we're mostly using this for action skill cooldown rate. And then we're using the crit knife so we can get extra damage. And then we're using the heavy cherry poppers, the Torga license sticky magazine deal 50% gun on impact, gun damage. We have gun damage, pistol splash damage, and gun magazine damage. And then we're using the watch for dinner. We're using a absorb and reflect version for survivability purposes when we're mobbing. And then we're using the navigating miscord, which is target persistence, which this gives you on critical hits, grand stack of misery. It gives you skill damage, and this has elemental damage and skill critical hit chance. And then we're using 3 skill crafts and 2 airstrikes for extra splash damage and splash radius. And then now the skill tree, we're using 5 in volatile. So this gives you splash damage of 20%. And where action skill is active, this gives you up to 40% splash damage. And then we put 5 points into Gray Skies, which is a kill skill, which gives you critical hit damage, 50% per stack. We have put 5 points in the Grave Implement, which gives you gun damage up to 20%, 20% per stack. So this gives you up to 60% gun damage. And then we're using 4% blood, 4 in bloodletter, so we can get some little bleed. And then we're using 3 points in Grave Power. We put 2 points in target persistence because we had the extra points because I wasn't sure where else to put the 2 extra points that I had left over. And then we put 5 points in drinking full. And we put the great power. I'm going to go back over this real quick. This activates your kill skills. This increases your kill skills max stacks. So instead of this being 60%, this can go up to 6. This can be up to 120% gun damage. And this can be up to a lot higher critical damage. I can't even think of the math right now. And then we're using drink full. So this gives you extra fire rate whenever you deal gun damage. So this is increasing your fire rate for gun damage when you deal gun damage. And we put 2 points in the face pocket, a little bit extra mag size, 5 points in the mortal terror. So we have really high chance of activating our kill skills when critically hit enemies, which we're always critically hitting with the target persistence being at 21%. Then we put 5 points into cold iron, which gives us gun damage and minion gun damage. The minion gun damage doesn't matter. Then we put 5 points into grave assault, which is the kill skill. Her and the minion gains increased fire rate for a duration, so this gives us a lot of extra fire rate. And we put 5 points in the grave fiend. This gives us a lot of extra damage. And then we put 5 points in recurrence. Whenever Vex deals gun damage or melee damage, gains the stack's recurrence, which increases her minions of Vex or gun damage and deal gun and melee damage. So this increases your gun and melee damage. So when you're using your gun, this will proc your skills. And then for specializations, we are using bullets are scared of me, so we can get a little bit of damage reduction, best defense, damage dealt when shields are full. Riddle you this. This gives you gun damage 1% per stack. And then we're using now caffeine, which this will give you a action skill cooldown when you use your rev kit, which is why we are using the triple bypass.
Out of anyone that could have found me, I'm
And on this build, you can basically just stack 50 for forever. And as you can see, our kill skills are going very high. And as we're hitting them, the stickies are hitting them, the kill skills are still procking. And then we got bleed afterwards. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. And I will see you guys in the next one.